Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh. I want to do another installment in my series on the ABC. And today we're going to do a slight digression. Not because we want to just leave the pattern of what we're saying. It's just that we need to put an extra item in to this course. And this particular part is about working out how to finish a course, or working out how to complete a project. Okay, and this is the natural place where it actually fits, so we're going to put it in this particular point. So if you have an objective which is to finish a course, work out a project, you might like to use these pointers to help you to plan your work schedule, and they are taken from the world of archery, and I call it TABAS. Now, TABAS is TABAS, TABAS, and the T stands for target. Okay, so the target, if I might define it, is the place that arrows fly to, which is marked for accuracy. I'll say that again. The target is the place where arrows fly to, which is marked for accuracy. Now, in any project, at the beginning of a project, ideally, you need to have a long think about what the target is. What is it that you've got to reach? What is the standard on the target that you need to reach in order to be successful? You need to ask at least 4 questions. Okay, first question, how big is the target? Okay. Second question, how far away is it? Third question, can I reach it with the equipment that I've got? And fourthly, can I hit the bullseye? Those are the 4 questions. Okay. So now we've looked at the target, we need to look at TA, and the A stands for arrow. So an arrow then is a missile shot from a bow that flies to a target. We all know this. Now we need to work out what arrows that you have that are available. And you need to ask 3 questions. Is the shaft straight and strong and able to stick into the target? So the second question is, does it have a point? And the third question is, will it fly? Okay, so you've got to make this thing, it's an arrow. Let's suppose you're on a course. If ever I go on a course, I always ask a few questions. First of all, what is the target that I've got to reach? How big is that target? How far away is it? How much time have I got? Can I reach it with what I've got? And can I hit the bullseye? And secondly, what is the missile that I'm going to have to shoot to reach the target? Okay, is the shaft straight and strong? Does it have a point? And will it fly? Okay, now the next one is TAB. So the next one is the bow. Now a bow by definition is an implement designed to shoot an arrow at a target. Okay, I need to work out what we will need to do to set up to shoot the arrows. And there's 2 questions here. Is the bow constructed correctly? And how much pull will I need to make the arrow reach the target? Okay. Now the next is TABA. So the next one is aim. The aim. Now on this particular one, we need to ask ourselves, is the position of the bow in relation to the target, which enables an arrow to achieve the best score? That's called the aim. And we need to work out at least 2 questions. I need to work out how effectively the arrows will hit the target. I need to ask a question: how much time have I got for me to practice hitting the target? And secondly, can I see the target and the arrow at the same time so as to bring them together? Okay. So for example, you might be on a course. You might be on a course. You might be doing a project, and you suddenly realize that the target and the arrow are not in line. You're going to miss each other. And that's because maybe the target is incorrect. Maybe the bow is not working correctly. Maybe the arrow is not going to fly properly, or maybe it's just not going to stick in the target. There's lots of questions to be thought about. So can I see the target and the arrow at the same time so as to bring them together? Okay, so we've got TABAS. Now on the S, we're looking at score. Now the score is a number of points accumulated by hitting a target accurately. Okay, so I need to work out how scoring will take place. If you're on a course, one of the things you're going to need to know is, what is the pass mark? What is the score that you have to reach in order to pass? Okay, and there's 3 questions here. First of all, how many arrows are they going to let me have? Secondly, how much time do I have to be able to do that? And thirdly, what is my score? Let me give you a suggestion. Let's suppose you're at the beginning of a course, and they say, right, we've got an exam at the end, and you say, okay, so how big is the exam? What is the score that I need to get? And then it might be an idea right at the very beginning of the course to try to do the exam straight away. And you might find that the pass mark is 60, and you get a 20 score. So now you realize that you do have some knowledge already, but you need to work out how you're going to increase your scoreability. Let me give a different analogy. If you are on a journey, you need to fix your starting point. You need to make a realistic forecast of your progress, including rest stops, and you need to clearly plan your route and stay on your route. And being distracted on a journey is to be avoided at all costs. These things all these things are obvious. This is just common sense, but sometimes common sense needs to be stated. And most people already have most of what they need to accomplish what they want in life. So you will need to be careful not to be entranced by greener grass over the fence. Some people have traveled the world only to find out that when they get there, they are the same person who set out, and therefore they're facing all the same problems. A great deal of determination is needed to achieve anything that you set out to accomplish. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. If you go back to archery, you've got the bow, you've got the arrows, you've got the target. You need to practice hitting the target. Some of my students say, well, I've done the health and safety test and I failed. That's okay. Class it as a practice. Have another go. Learn a little more. Go back. Some people don't need a retest. They need revision. It's no good doing a retest and finding you get the same score or even a lower score. No, you need to learn from that test that didn't reach the target, and then you need to then build up your knowledge in order to then get a better score. And if you're in archery, you just need to get the arrows, go back to the start point and have another go, and learn to practice your aim so that you then can consistently reach just above the mark that you need. You see, if you need 60% to pass a test, what are you going to aim for? Well, you're going to aim for 70, because on the day you might just miss a mark and you'll be down to 65. If you accidentally miss another mark, you'll be barely getting through at all. So it's important to actually practice. So a great deal of determination is needed. You need to realize that making mistakes is actually just part of the process of learning. And the only real mistake is to just give up. That's the big mistake. People say, oh, I can't do it, I'm going to stop. No, what you've discovered when you say you can't do it is that you've just not got there yet. When you don't reach the target with your bow and arrow, then you practice some more until you do reach the target with your bow and arrow. And then what you have to do when you can reach the target is you then improve your score. So this is all about understanding how to complete a project, how to pass a course and get a qualification. So next time we'll come back to the next P, which is part of our first chapter, which is A, P, P, L, E. So it's aim for fruit, prepare the orchard, and the next P is going to be, I'll tell you next time. Have a great day. Bye for now.